Today we're investigating the tech marvel that is the Kia EV3. How does it compare to its older brother, the EV9, as well as a comparable competitor in the Peugeot E3008? And is this the perfect compact SUV to ferry your family around during the holidays? Welcome to the Kia EV3. It's a wicked little family SUV. It's nippy, it's agile, it's perfect for the British roads.
If this car was a celebrity, who would it be?
This would be Kevin Hart, because Kevin Hart is a bit like a shrunken down version of The Rock, and The Rock being the Kia EV9, which is the bigger version of this. We tried to take the Kia EV9 into the Waitrose car park. Disaster. It was like trying to park a tank. This, on the other hand, would be perfect. We're going to throw it around some country roads though, because that's the real test of it. When you're driving around some nice areas like Dorset, for example, and see what this car can really do. Can it handle corners? Also, narrow country roads. Is this car going to be a better fit for your driving needs than something like the EV9? Quick, pause the video. Only if you want to see the stats for the two trims, of course. Styling wise, let's have a look at the front of the Kia. It's quite minimalist. You've got this lovely light bar across the front there, these daytime LEDs, and a little bit of styling here for your airflow, which helps to cool the battery and all that jazz. Coming over to the Peugeot 3008, Peugeot have rebadged it. So loving that. I think it looks so much better. I'm really enjoying this grille as well. You've got your sensors and stuff there, and you've got the 3-claw motif going on as well, which looks great in the rear view mirror. If you're being followed by this on a dark night, you see those 3 claws. It does look fantastic. So the main difference is a little bit more minimal, a lot more going on here. Which is your preference? In my opinion, I quite like the way that Kia have designed their car. This looks nice and sporty for me, but this is a little bit more refined. Well, welcome to the interior of the Kia EV3. It started to rain, so I'm going to be quick about this. Under here, we've got an armrest, which extends.
Yes, it's an extender.
Yeah. Beautiful. Which gives you some little functionality here as well, like your parking assist. Underneath here, we've got plenty of storage for things like your car keys. You've also got 2 water bottle holders, and those, oh yes, does it have a decent door bin? Let's have a look. Big water bottle, does it fit? Sort of. It's a little bit crooked. Little water bottle. Still not quite a perfect fit. By the way, one of the biggest issues we have when filming is we have to turn off all the aircon so we don't get any noise from the blowers going. Not a problem in this car because you've got ventilated seats here and at 3 levels of ventilation. So at the moment, my bottom is nice and cool. Driving the EV9 was a bit like driving your living room. This, maybe not your living room, you're snug, but everything's at your fingertips. You've got the head-up display, you've got loads of controls here on the steering wheel. Everything's easy to activate here. You've got physical knobs and buttons. This car's well designed to help you keep your eyes on the road. In terms of the infotainment system, they've got a good mix of physical knobs and buttons. So you've got a roller there for your music. You can turn your climate on and off with no issue whatsoever here. You've got some haptic touch buttons here for your home, your map, your search, your media and your setup, and also your favorites. In terms of the screen, it's pretty responsive. I like that. More on that later. You've even got this clever little camera here which works out if you're starting to nod off while you're driving, or if you're spending too much time looking at stuff down here or messing around with stuff down here, and it will give you an alert saying, hey, keep your eyes on the road. And remember, if this car doesn't float your boat, there are plenty of other lease deals available on select newly revamped websites. Oh, and you can turn the car around, change the colour, and read full reviews. Head over to our YouTube for more electrifying content. Remember, if you don't subscribe, you might miss a review for the car of your dreams. The handling is not bad at all. With electric vehicles, because the battery is in the chassis of the car, you tend to get really good, stable driving performance, and you always feel nicely firm and planted on the road. This is a great feature. When you indicate, it brings up a little mirror or a little camera on the side mirror which shows anything that might be in your blind spot. Very, very useful. Okay, let's test out the auto steer because it has auto steer. Pretty good, holding nicely around this corner. It's handled that pretty well. It also has adaptive cruise control and flappy paddles. Big fan of these because this helps you to control your regen. So if you want the car to brake without using the foot brake, you can just use these. Help to gamify driving a little bit as well. And you can decide how strong your regen is using these paddles. The EV3's boot clocks in at 460 litres with the seats up and 1,251 litres with the seats down. which not only passes our golf club test, but allows for a decent amount of luggage. Big suitcase. Not quite as much as its larger competitors though. More on this guy later. If you're thinking that's good, but I need a little bit more, here's where it gets interesting. Because electric cars don't have any clunky exhaust systems, you have a false floor here, revealing even more storage for things like your charging cables, another charging cable, that's the 3-pin plug if you want a really slow charge. And then underneath here, this comes out completely, revealing a specific little tray for things like your tyre mobility kit, your safety bag, your vehicle to load plug, but reveals even more space. So if you've got a dog, this is going to fit perfectly in here. So if you want to come and do a bit of yoga in here, you can. And then a second, even lower configuration. So in a nutshell, clever engineering and designing, giving you that maximum boot space. We took the EV3 and the Peugeot E3008 100 miles down to the coast of Dorset, where we had the chance to test the efficiency and performance of each. The EV3 made seeing the sights fun and stress-free, handling the windy roads like a dream. Cameraman Cal then drove 60 miles back home and 30 miles down to the Isle of Wight, where he enjoyed the rest of the weekend driving around the windy roads of the beautiful island. He reported back an efficiency of 4.6 miles per kilowatt hour. That's very impressive. And he didn't feel a pang of range anxiety, with no sudden huge drop in range despite putting his foot down for a bit of electrified fun on the road. A solid review all round. Remember this little guy? This is where the EV3's tech gets really impressive and is at its most practical. This is vehicle to load, or V2L. Using either this adapter or the 3-pin plug in the back, you can power all manner of appliances from the car. Now, if you haven't got a massage option in this car, don't worry. In the past, we've made coffee, cooked lunch, inflated canoes, and today, cameraman Cal's decided to get out of the office and work from the driving seat. Your camping possibilities are endless. Or, if you don't want to have a massage, you can have some toast. This car is a brilliant all-rounder. Would be a great fleet solution, it'd be a great family car, competent, just a hugely competent car.